Would we like our children to have the ability to understand their own feelings, thoughts, and actions?
Anna Marie Expert Parenting.
I'm sure even us, as adults, would like to improve in some of those abilities as well. Developing self-awareness helps our children grow emotionally, handle their relationships better, and make smarter choices. So let's explore how we can help our children build this skill using what we know from contemporary psychology. What is self-awareness? First of all, self-awareness means being able to recognize our own emotions, understand why we feel a certain way, and know how those feelings might affect our behavior. For children, this can start with simply identifying basic emotions like happiness, sadness, anger, and gradually develop into understanding more complex feelings. Psychologists explain that self-awareness is a key part of emotional intelligence, which is a person's ability to recognize and manage their emotions as well as understand the emotions of others. Children who are more self-aware tend to be better at problem solving, managing stress, and building stronger relationships with others. We can start naming those emotions. The first step in helping our children become self-aware is teaching them to identify their emotions. Research shows that kids can struggle with self-awareness if they don't have the words to describe how they're feeling. This is where we come in. We can start by teaching our children the names of the different emotions, like, as we said, happy, sad, angry, scared. For young children, this might mean using picture books or even acting out different emotions as we have done, so they can see what they look like. We can also help them name their emotions in real time. For example, if our children are upset because they lost a toy, we can say, "It looks like you're feeling frustrated because you can't find your toy. Is that right?" This not only helps them name their feelings, but also shows them that it's okay to talk about emotions. It's good to encourage reflection. As children get older, we can help them go a bit deeper by encouraging them to reflect on why they feel in a certain way. For instance, if a child is angry because their sibling took their favorite toy, we might ask, "Why do you think you got so angry?" These kinds of questions help our children start thinking about the reasons behind their feelings and how those feelings might affect what they do next. Psychology research shows that this kind of reflection is key for developing self-awareness. By asking open-ended questions, we give our children a chance to think about their emotions and reactions. Over time, this helps them become more in tune with their thoughts and actions. We can model self-awareness as well. Children learn a lot by watching how we, as parents, handle our own emotions. Parents who model self-awareness tend to raise children who are better at recognizing and managing their own emotions. When we are feeling upset, stressed, or even happy, it can be helpful to talk about our feelings out loud. For example, if we've had a tough day, we could say, I'm feeling a little stressed because I had a busy day at work. I think I need to take a few deep breaths to calm down. This shows our children how to be aware of their own feelings and take steps to manage them. It's very good to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is another great tool for building self-awareness in children. Mindfulness is simply paying attention to the present moment without judgment. Research shows that mindfulness helps children become more aware of their thoughts, feelings, and actions. It can also reduce stress and improve emotional regulation. We don't need any fancy toys to practice mindfulness with our children at all. We can start by teaching them to take a few slow, deep breaths and in and out. Whenever they feel overwhelmed, we can say, let's breathe deeply. Or we could have them focus on their 5 senses, what they see, hear, smell, taste, and feel during a calm moment. Over time, this can help them become more aware of their body and emotions and how those things are connected. It's also very good to take time teaching problem-solving skills. Yes, another way to help children develop self-awareness is by teaching them how to solve problems. When our children face a challenge, instead of immediately stepping in to fix it, we can guide them through the process of solving it by themselves. We can ask questions like, what do you think would happen if you would try this? Or how do you think you can fix this situation? Psychologists have found that children who are encouraged to solve their own problems are more likely to reflect on their actions and emotions. This kind of critical thinking helps build self-awareness because it forces the child to evaluate their behavior and consider the consequences of their choices. Another aspect which is very important. It's very good to use praise and encouragement. Positive reinforcement is another great tool. When our children show self-awareness, we can recognize that they were showing it, like recognizing when they're upset or explaining why they acted a certain way. We should praise them. We might say, I'm really proud of how you figured out how you were feeling, that you were frustrated and you decided to take a deep breath instead of getting upset. You should be very proud of yourself as well. Research shows that when children are praised for specific behaviors, they're more likely to repeat them. By encouraging our children when they show signs of self-awareness, we are helping reinforce that this is a value that is very important, a valuable skill to have. We have to help them understand the impact of their actions. Self-awareness isn't just about understanding feelings, it's about recognizing how our actions affect others. We can help our children develop this by pointing out the effects of their behavior in a gentle way. For example, if they say something that hurt a friend's feelings, we can say, how do you think your friend felt when you said that? This encourages our children to think about their impact on others, which is a crucial part of self-awareness. Children who develop this skill are more empathetic and better at forming positive relationships with others. It helps them understand that their actions have consequences and encourages them to think before they act. Another good idea is to encourage journaling or storytelling. For older kids, journaling can be a great way to help them reflect on their thoughts and feelings. We can encourage them to write about their day, how they felt, and how they think they felt that way. This process of reflection helps deepen their self-awareness over time. For younger children, we can encourage storytelling. It's a way of talking about their emotions. We might ask them to tell a story about a time they felt happy or a time they felt upset, and why. This helps them practice recognizing their emotions and thinking about what causes them. The conclusion: helping our children develop self-awareness is one of the best gifts we can give them. By teaching them to recognize and understand their emotions, we are setting them up for a lifetime of emotional intelligence, better decision-making, and healthier relationships. Remember, it all starts with small steps. Boop, boop, boop. Teaching them to name their emotions, modeling self-awareness, and encouraging reflection, it's absolutely great. With our support, our children will learn to understand themselves better, and that's a skill that will benefit them for the rest of their lives. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. Like and subscribe for more content. Love, joy, and respect always. See you next time.
Anna Marie Expert Parenting.